Hello, my friends. I am Dr. Narinder Gupta, as you all know, because you might have seen my videos on Hindi channel also and on English channel also. So today I am going to give you a description of Ambra Glycia. So description by an author on any subject regarding medicine, concerning medicine or any other subject is never complete. So whatever he gives or he describes is from his own understanding, his own point of view. So it is never complete. But you can give a hint on that topic and then understand it, and then you can evaluate in your own context with reference to your own surroundings. Then your knowledge on that topic will be more. So whatever description of this remedy, Ambra Glycia, I am giving is not a complete description, but it is quite enough to make you understand the feel of Ambra Glycia, so you can select it for your patient. You can recognize Ambra Glycia patient. But after learning, after viewing this video, you should go to the Materia Medica and try to learn other aspect of Ambra Glycia. So this you can do with every medicine after listening to my videos. So this will help you to increase your knowledge about your Materia Medica and repertory. Then only you will be able to select the medicine within few seconds with precision. So let's begin. So when I describe something, first I write it on the paper so that while describing my mind may not go to some other topic or I may not skip something. So writing is always better. So I am going to read it now. Here we will try to understand the journey of Ambra Glycia from his healthy state. Healthy state means from a state where people are, and who are the people who are prone to get Ambra Glycia or to become an Ambra Glycia patient. So that is the healthy state of Ambra Glycia. Healthy state to the disease state and its progression towards its end. Patient may come to you at any stage of his journey, so we should be ready to recognize him at all the stages. This is true for every medicine. So this is applicable for all the medicines in our Materia Medica. This can be done by properly understanding the personality, by deeply understanding the symptoms produced by that drug during its proving, and also the disease and their symptom cured during its use at our clinic. So during healthy state, Ambra Glycia personality is a robust and joyous personality who believes in enjoying his life from all angles. He enjoys parties with his friends, rubric is revelry and feasting. What is revelry and feasting? During the healthy state, his attitude towards others is always rude. The rubric is rudeness. Of not giving them due respect and behaving in a way as if he is something superior to them and hence has every right to insult them or to misbehave with them. So this is the feeling of Ambra Glycia when there is no inferiority complex in him. So during this state, he is intelligent. It means his mind works faster and comprehends everything very fast. The rubric is comprehension easy, means he can easily understand the situation to its full dimension. So this amounts to the rubric comprehension easy. What is comprehension? Comprehension is the act or action of grasping something with the intellect, understanding the subject thoroughly, Easy means the action that can be performed without putting much effort. So Embragracia patient wants to enjoy every situation of his life to its full extent. Means up to this stage he does not need any medicine. So I am describing about the people who are predisposed to become Embragracia patient. So that is the healthy state. So Embragracia does not put his attention on anything that disturbs him or that makes or can make him unhappy or to the situation which he does not like. So rubric are indifference, irritating, disagreeable things too. Though things are disagreeable, irritating, but he turns his mind away from those things because he doesn't want to spoil the mood of happiness. So during this state means a joyful state, his mind is on the sexual pleasure or any kind of pleasure that can satisfy his sense organs. Means he can eat better food, he can have sexual relationship, he can view good beautiful girls or good beautiful scenery, mostly not the sceneries but mostly beautiful girls, because the pleasure in Embragracia is gross pleasure, meaning sensual pleasure. So more towards sex and eating. So he wants to, so during this state, his mind is on the sexual pleasure or any kind of pleasure that can satisfy his sense organs. Example, watching beautiful girls, watching erotic pictures, or just making erotic images in his mind and enjoying them. The rubric is fancies, exaltation of lasciviousness, fancies lascivious even during dreaming. So in ladies also the same situation may prevail. Nymphomania. This is the state at which he likes the company of other people, because in alone, when he is alone, he cannot enjoy. So for enjoyment, one needs company. Company desire for aversion to solitude, and company ambivalent. Company desire for aggravation when alone. So this kind of enjoyment needs some sort of expenses also, money also, for which he has to keep his business running smoothly. So he takes care of every aspect of his business. He works very hard to keep his business running. So this extra care about business adversely affect his mental and physical health. So rubrics are cares full of, cares affected by daily cares. So during this state, Embragracia is not bothered about the domestic affairs, but he is worried about those things that can hamper or that can reduce the resources through which he can enjoy. In his mind, there remains a fear always lurking in his mind that if his business goes down, how will he enjoy everything? The rubric is fear of poverty. This fear forces him to take extra care of minutest point regarding the business. So cares means, cares is to remain vigilant about the needs of others who are connected to him or about the well-being of people whom he feels are his own. So the word cares may also apply to the non-living entities also, like his business or any material object. That he takes extra care to look after his business so that it keep on running smoothly and it flourishes well. Rubric are cares affected by daily cares. So the person who cares about something, his whole attention remains involved with that particular object, thing, person, etc., to whom he is concerned about. He always remains extra anxious about the well-being of that particular subject or the well-being of the subject of his care. Maybe person, maybe business, maybe situation or something else. So obviously this extra effort of caring which he takes about the well-being of something puts a strain on him, and hence he is adversely affected by it. So this taking care is a sign of extra attachment to that particular subject. Mostly it is the subject which can give him the enjoyment, or which is essential for his enjoyment. So excess of everything always creates an imbalance within us. This is known fact. So thus resulting in some kind of problem, meaning disease. So extreme of on both ends causes disease in us. This is the reason of being diseased. There is no disease in the middle path. What is middle path? It was described by Lord Buddha. Human beings, to understand this middle path, because our medical science does not understand, have no knowledge about this path. So he feels human being as a machine. No doubt it is a machine, but it is not a mechanical machine. It is governed by living forces. Living forces means there are 350 million different deities or different kind of energy which are responsible for smoothly running of a body of human beings. Everyone has this. So once all these energy work smoothly and in harmony to each other, person remains healthy. But these energies have got their own characteristics. If the person goes against those characteristics of these energies, so these energies stops functioning, or their functioning get disturbed. Ultimately, the energy to that organ which was taken care of, this energy stops or hinders or reduces, then that organ becomes sick. So another thing is, there are three channels in our body. Left channel, this left channel is Ida Nadi, and it controls the functioning of our left sympathetic nervous system. So it caters to our emotional need, and also all our habits or all our conditioning are stored in this channel. And once we desire through left channel, these desires can be converted into actions, can be fulfilled by some actions. So for action purpose, the energy comes from the right channel, which is called as Pingala Nadi or Sun channel. This Pingala Nadi or Sun channel caters to the need of right sympathetic channel, right sympathetic nervous system. So right sympathetic nervous system gives the capacity of thinking, rationalizing and making plans, etc. about the future. So this is a male side and left is a female side. So both these sides are sympathetic. So person normally uses either left emotional or rational mind. So in both the conditions, person falls sick. But third one is the middle channel, which is called as Sushumna Nadi, and it caters to this parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is the one who restore our lost energy. The energy which was consumed by sympathetic and activity is restored through parasympathetic channel, and this channel is governed by the middle channel, which is called as Sushumna Nadi. So the person whose attention remains in the middle channel means he does not go to the extremes. Neither he becomes more emotional nor he gets more rational. So he remains healthy. So if person goes away from the middle path, means he behaves in extreme. His behavior goes to extreme of emotional or extreme of rationality, then he is bound to fall sick. So what does our medicine do? So when we give medicine, because this extreme nature means this disturbed vital force is reflected in the form of sign and symptoms. So while for the prescribing purpose, we take the mental state of the patient. Once we prescribe on the mental state of the patient, our medicine, homeopathic potentized medicine, what does? they do? They just push attention of the person, sick person, towards the middle. Means if he is more emotional, our medicine will push him towards the middle and that person will become less emotional. It means his behavior will be moderated. If person is having more futuristic attitude, aggressive attitude, our medicine will cool him down, means his future planning, etc., tendency to run fast, tendency to always thinking about future things will be reduced. So means his attention is also pushed towards the middle one. So both these, our medicine pushes the person's attention towards the middle path, and in middle path, if person's attention remain in the middle path, meaning Sushumna Nadi, then person does not get any kind of sickness. That is the state of absolute health. Otherwise, absolute health is never possible with the help of any medicine, any yoga, anything. So then what is the solution to it? How can one get absolute health? Very, very simple. All the religious scriptures have described it. Even Hanuman knew it, but he never explained it very well, though he has given hint of it. So there is another power which is called as Kundalini power. This Kundalini power you can see pulsating on the anterior fontanel bone area in the child. So this pulsation is the Kundalini. This is a divine power. So once we grow up, this anterior fontanel bone area closes, it hardens, it gets calcified, and this pulsation just disappears. So disappears means it has not gone out of the body, but this power falls down through the middle channel and settles in the sacrum bone. So it remains settled in the sacrum bone and just keep on recording our karmas, our doings, and saying nothing to us. So we can do anything, God never stops us. So once this Kundalini is awakened, which can easily be awakened these days through Sahaj Yoga, when it is awakened, it rises up through the middle channel and passes through the brain, opens the anterior fontanel bone area and gets connected to the divine power which is present everywhere surrounding us. So that person whose Kundalini has been awakened gets connected to the divine power. This is called yoga, Y-O-G-A, the union. And then this divine power starts flowing through the hands of that person and at the top of his head. So this divine power is all powerful. Then this power start bringing the attention of that person towards the center. Once this attention is settled in the middle path because of the Kundalini power, then person become absolutely healthy. Then he no longer feels any disease and he always remains joyous. So he does not react to anything. He always in a joyous mood, enjoying every moment of life. That is the present state. Left is past, right is future, and middle is the present. So this is the state in which one gets the absolute health. So this absolute health, this state of being in the middle path cannot be achieved by any medicine. So there is no cure, no absolute health. Absolute health cannot be achieved through medicines, though we just keep on relieving the patient for the time being. So whatever Dr. Hanuman says, the permanent cure, he has talked about permanent cure, but there is no permanent cure. Permanent cure is possible only after Kundalini awakening and establishing this Kundalini power fully above your head. Then you will remain absolutely healthy forever till your last breath. So this lecture, this commentary is not out of the place, but this is very well connected to homeopathy, because we homeopaths deal with the health and disease of the patient, with the well-being of the patient. So highest well-being is when the Kundalini is awakened, person gets the maximum amount of well-being. So this is in tune with the homeopathy. That's why I am describing it to you. You can easily have its experience by getting your Kundalini awakened through Sahaj Yoga. Let's come to the description of medicine again. So we were at the place of taking extra care about something or completely neglecting the things. So both the extremes are there, or person, or extreme joyous or happiness, or extreme kindness or extreme cruelty, excessive sexual indulgence or abstinence, etc. They are all extremes of everything, action. So are always harmful and creates disease in us. So the strain of extra care gradually takes away his energy, physical as well as mental energy. So he start developing various diseases. So if something is attached to another thing firmly, to remove it from that thing, an extra force is needed. The force required for this purpose is in proportion to the force with which two things are attached to each other. This is a common understanding. Greater the attachment, more will be the force required to separate them, and on getting separated, the chances of getting damaged are more. So if person's attention is attached more to the left or more to the right, so then it will become even difficult for curing such persons. So same is the cause of embragracia ailments. Ailments from bereavement from. Word meaning bereavement. What is bereavement? The state or fact of being bereaved, especially the loss of a loved one by death. He cannot bear sudden departure of his loved ones, and so he becomes sad and grief-ridden. This rubric is grief. This shock could be so severe that he may lose all interest in everything and sits at one place, deeply depressed, involved with the memories of departed loved ones. The rubric is sits weeping, wrapped in deep sad thoughts, and notices nothing as if. Third one rubric, weeping, desire to weep all the time. So another rubric is ailment from business failure. So this business yields monetary gain that is used for procuring the items. Those can make life easier, comfortable, or even luxurious. So once the business fails, meaning it is no longer yields sufficient money, so it becomes difficult for him to purchase those items of luxury. He cannot bear such situation and just breaks down, goes to grief where his mind does not work properly. So embragracia wants to live in luxury, and loss of luxury is the main cause of embragracia person becoming sick. So the rubrics are delusion, depressive, dullness of mind, fear of poverty, fear tremulous, imbecility, memory weakness of, reading does not understand, reflect unable to reflect, work, mental work impossible in old age, ailment from reversal of fortune, and ailments from mental shock. What is fortune? Fortune is some kind of invisible power which turns incidences in one's favor. So person gets many things of favor without putting much effort to get them. Once the fortune is reversed, even after making lots of efforts, seemingly easier and favorable things ultimately become unfavorable. So this is reversal of fortune. So this is repeated many times. After each unfavorable incident, even after making the genuine strenuous efforts, so after each unfavorable incident, the person's moral morale gradually becomes weaker and weaker, as if each unfavorable happening is striking him every time with slightly higher force and gradually destroying him and ultimately breaking him down. Meaning, he becomes severely depressed, weeping, and melancholic. So, always have depressive ideas at this stage. He does not want to see other people laughing or smiling. The rubrics are ailment from mental work, ailment, cares, and worries. So, Ambra Gracia patient works hard to keep his business running and also make it flourish so that he can earn more money. So, he takes excessive care of everything, even the minutest thing required for keeping his business running and also to make it grow. So, extra care always will ruin you. So this extra care puts a burden on his mind and body. He gradually starts losing his mental sharpness. Earlier his sense were very sharp. Rubrics were sense acute, comprehension easy. But because of the straining too much, his mind gradually becomes dull. Rubrics are sense is dull, blunted. He finds himself unable to calculate things, meaning what could be the possible result of present happening or the net result of many happenings. When doctor asks him what is the effect of medicine on you, are you feeling better than before or worse? So patient, my pains are better, appetite is also good, but he is not able to tell that is he good or bad. Doctor says, I am asking, are you improving with the medicine or not improving? Doctor is not asking about the parts or about the disease of the medicine, but as a whole, how is he feeling? So patient says, my stool is also better, but I cannot say if I am improving or not. So he has spoken about three things: this is better, this is better, this is better, and other this is not better. But he cannot calculate and ultimately say that okay, I am better. So this is his dullness. Note, he cannot tell you the net result of all the total happenings within him, if he has improved or not. He usually talks about his separate complaints. His concentration becomes difficult, mind also becomes dull, meaning he takes long time to understand a situation or a problem. So in his mind he has to repeat the questions to fully understand it, or if some situation, problem comes up again and again, then only he realizes its impact on him. Example, dullness in old people. So now, who is old? So this is very important. So old, seemingly you understand the meaning of old, but in reality you do not. You do not, or no one understand the meaning of every word, even the simplest word, exactly what the meaning is, what is the metaphorical meaning of that word. So what that metaphorical meaning of the word is the real meaning of that word. So one should understand it. So we try to understand subtle metaphorical meaning of each word given in our repertory. Only then we can understand the rubrics in which that word is used, and if we understand deep meaning of that rubric, we will be able to understand the full subtle meaning of or subtle personality of that particular medicine. So old is something which has been under use for quite a long time. Depending upon the object, this period could be anything from few minutes to ages. Because of that, its efficiency has decreased. Various parts have got damaged beyond repair. The word old gives a sense about a condition where the object or person has already got so many damages, its inefficiency and value has decreased. So old is not always indicative of time or age only. Sometimes we say that this old man looks very young, meaning though he is old by age only, but his appearance and enthusiasm resembled a charming youth or vice versa. So where a young boy of 30 may look like an old man of 60 years of age. So the dullness of old people means the mind of people who have already strained their body and mind very much, and because of this strain the mind has got damaged. So So the word old is used here in that sense. Gradually he realizes that his mind is becoming weaker and weaker. That is the old person. So this makes himself conscious and fearful that if the deterioration continued at the same pace, he may one day become absolutely insane person, meaning his ability to reason out things may be lost. So forgetfulness of old people. What is forgetfulness? It is the state of mind when the things which were there in his mind just slip out of his attention as soon as his attention is diverted to something else. So this state